Welcome
Thank you,
back
ma'am.
to hey, welcome back to another episode of If They Won't Listen. This is episode 58. And with me as always, I'm Leon Andrews. Yeah, I'm with me. I'm not just like there's me and then there's with me as well. But also with me is Spencer. How you doing, Spencer?
Hello.
Hey, that's it. Hey, everybody.
That's dynamite, actually. I'm doing pretty well, Leon, man. I'm just, chilling like a villain, enjoying the day.
Join dirt.
Enjoying this beautiful October month.
Oh my God, it's actually starting to get cool. It's starting to get cool here in Florida, which has been nice. I can actually go out and do some yard work and not feel freaking sweaty like a bitch.
So is it like 98 degrees there now?
I love that band, but no, it is 80 degrees.
80. Oh, wow.
Chinese food makes me sick. If any, only people around our age can probably only get that reference.
That is so the truth.
Especially after you said after we said 98 degrees.
Oh, it's true.
So true. Oh man, but yeah, it's nice. We are in October, aka Octubre. You say in Espanol, Octubre.
I feel like that's like, how you have like pumpkin spice beverages? I feel like that would be the equivalent of a burrito, like an October burrito, where you get like you like dice up some like squash or pumpkin stuff, like get a pumpkin, cube it up, all right, roast it with some really cool cardamom, some perhaps red chili like pepper. And then after that, why not get a little crazy with it? Just a little bit of brown sugar to enhance the sweetness, but have the spice to it. And then after that, get in some I don't know. Let's go with some brown rice, because who doesn't love brown rice? Or better yet, let's get Himalayan rice. Himalayan rice is red, and that will fall into the whole theme of October and then Halloween and everything. Awesome. And then
you somehow. Okay, go, keep going. There's more to this.
Yeah, and then you get like a red chili sauce into the burrito, so when you bite into it, it almost looks like you're a vampire. It'll be delicious.
You need to. Do you have this written up anywhere? Because I need this recipe in my and I need this in my life, man. This sounds really. Only you, Spencer, can make me hungry again after I've eaten like maybe 2 hours ago. Literally ate around 5:50, 5:30, 8. So about 2.5 hours ago, I finished eating, and you're making me hungry again for food. And now I need more food in my belly because of you. I don't know. You're magical. You're magical in that way, man.
What can I say? I used to be a chef, man. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
I know at one point.
I know you used to be a chef. We've talked about, you mentioned it before, and I'm like, oh, of course he can describe food in this manner because he's a freaking chef. But speaking of October, I did get something that was commissioned. Actually, I got this art piece commissioned a year ago. So I'm gonna move over to this. I'm gonna move over to my right, camera left.
Really Stanley Kubrick.
So you can see this piece. So we already know that I got this piece done over here. Now I know you can see what's already happened over here. So I'm gonna move just to the side so people can.
That's so awesome. Okay. It looks like. Go. Tell us about this.
All right. So for people who are only just listening to the audio portion, what it's a piece of what looks to be two deformed bodies contorted and twisted into one another with the heads poking out. And it's my head, and then it's my wife's head at the same time. Now, if anyone that is watching the video portion of this podcast is looking at the piece and kind of recognizes it from horror manga artist Junji Ito from the manga Uzumaki, that is where this comes from, as I guess like an homage or a parody or however, or just modeled after. I paid a woman who's an artist. She's over in the Philippines. I paid her $60 to do this piece for me. which I think translated into like $3,200 in her currency.
Oh man.
So I'm pretty sure my money went a long way over there in the Philippines.
Yeah, it sounds like it did.
But
from this camera angle, you kind of look like a pimp, just like pimping out your like friends. You're like,
not me.
And from this distance, this is lady
not
number
this,
one.
Not this piece right here. This one right here. This is the one. The thumb pointing to this guy. This guy. When I'm from, when I have my not even a Rembrandt. It's just my side profile.
Well, silhouette.
This is a profile. This is a partial profile. This is a side profile. And this is what the back of my head looks like if you were ramming me from behind.
Wow. At least I got something I can hold on to.
Right? Give it a go. Give it a really good cranking in the back.
Yeah. You like to feel that spandex pulling on your head, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, please stop threatening me with a good time.
Oh, God.
Should I just do the whole show like this now from the set? No.
I love this. I love this picture in the background.
I know, it's a good one.
Awesome. It's like Dr. Seuss and Tim Burton had like a mad child, and it was these two. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's from this. I'm holding it up. It's right here. You're only reading it backwards. It's from this manga, Uzumaki. I don't know if I can.
Uzumaki.
Yeah,
that sounds like a really good oh Jesus Christ, what's the thing? Sake. Sounds like a really good sake.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, well, I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? This is it is a Japanese word. It means spiral in English, and yeah, and it actually Uzumaki is a little spiral thing. I forgot what it is. It's not cucumber, but it is a type of vegetable that that goes into a yakisoba noodle. Just an FYI.
Is this a cookbook?
No, I just know that offhand because I've seen it in the anime series called Naruto. But yeah, I can't find the thing, and it's a really thick book, so I ain't gonna do it. That's as far as.
So what got you into that?
Well, I mean, I like horror. I'm just a horror guy. When it's every October, I always, for the next 31 days, I'm just watching horror movies.
Oh, dude, same here.
That's all I watch all throughout. Usually I start it sometimes earlier in September. Unlike Starbucks, right? I don't bring pumpkin spice latte in the second week of August. I wait till near the end of September to bring the pumpkin spice latte.
Yes. That's
what I do with horror movies. I wait till maybe the end of September. When I get around the end of September, I go, yeah, all right, it's time to start watching some horror movies. Let's throw on some. But I went through the selections of Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max, and I wasn't finding anything worth watching. I watched
go ahead.
I watched 2 movies last night on Hulu, and they were just terrible.
So what is Leon's taste in horror?
Well, I mean, I like Alien. That's a great sci-fi horror movie. Be sure to watch out for that, guys, on the lineup for Space. It's made in a Hollywood basement. Shameless plug. And then, I mean, I'm trying to think of all the horror movies where I really, really enjoyed it. So I liked movies like Audition. I liked The Fly, of course. Alien. I'm trying to think what else I like in terms of like horror movies that I really, really enjoyed.
Sounds like you like those monster films.
I do like a monster film, but I do like a nice thriller, and I do like once in a while I like a good teen scream. Where it's a bunch of
screams delicious.
A bunch of teenagers just getting murdered. I'm all about it. I'm just like it's like every time I watch them, like you deserve your demise because you did stupid decisions that led up to this point, including the fact that you went into this situation in the first place. So I don't feel sorry for you.
It's really amazing. There's like a certain level in horror films where it's like from like pre-K 1 up until the 8th grade, you could live in a horror movie. But once you get into freshman year of high school, that's it. All bets are off from there on out.
You're open season. You're open season.
Yeah. And it really sucks because you only got 1 month into the school year. You're just like, September, October. Oh, fuck.
That's why I didn't.
Be a very short-lived.
That's why I decided not to lose my virginity throughout high school, and waited till I was 22 to lose that motherfucker. So that's how that went.
Hey, I teach their own, right?
I'm the final boy. If I was in a horror movie, I'm the final boy.
You're
if you
the
want,
final boy.
Yeah, you want to define what the final boy is, or in this case, it's the final girl. You want to tell
the final girl, final
yep.
boy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know the final.
Term. Yeah, the final who is crowned like the victorious heroine or hero in the film is usually survived because they had they essentially didn't do anything sexual or alcoholic or drug worthy to get them to a scenario where they would actually get killed by the villain.
It just seems to me horror movies are nothing more than parables on how to live your life. Have you ever noticed that? It's just if you go around having, promiscuous premarital sex before the age of consent, you're asking for all the consequences. All the slasher, all the stabbings, all the machete choppings and chainsaw massacring, and of course you go into the hills where they have eyes and stuff.
Or the body invasions. It's nuts how many different types of like horror movies there are to frighten people.
It's one of those when horror movies have just become this gamut, this spectrum of, because you got comedy horrors, you got dramatic horrors, you got sci-fi horrors, you got freaking slasher horrors. I'm trying to think what else, like
thriller horrors,
suspense horrors, dramatic horror. It just you tend to start to split hairs, or you schism at some point in the genre. You can't have a drama movie that turns into a sci-fi drama movie. It's a sci-fi movie. That's it.
Oh my god, it's so true.
Gattaca's
not horror, but that movie's amazing.
Oh no, it's not a horror movie. I'm just saying it's a sci-fi movie.
It's a sci-fi crime film, but it's awesome.
Oh, it's a great film. I hate the stutter. Yes. It's a great film. It's a great film, man. We need to we'll put it on our watch list at some point. Good movie. Just a great movie.
The cinematography is it's just amazing. The set designs are all. I can't talk anymore about this.
Because you're gonna turn this into a whole different podcast if you do, man. But
exactly.
Talking about horror movies.
Ooh.
What are your thoughts on the whole Victor Miller getting the IP rights back to Friday the 13th?
I enjoy it. At least there's somebody who's getting these rights to these franchises. It's some corporation. So you know what? Let it out. Let's have some fun. Like I want more individual people to have their own IPs. That's how it should be. The idea that some company could have it and turn it into, a conglomerate of overstuffed information and like entertainment. It's just it kills the franchise in a way. You know what I mean?
Because a good example of that is the Child's Play series. Now I haven't watched the remake that they did recently. I think it came out like a year ago, 2 years ago. Haven't watched it yet. The fact that it has Aubrey Plaza in it kind of makes me want to go, all right, I should watch this movie because it's obviously trying to be a comedy, right? It's got to be.
Yeah.
But that first Child's Play movie is pretty horrifying.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
I still don't, when you go back and rewatch it as an adult, you just go, how did they not overpower a doll?
What do you mean, how do they not overpower a doll?
How does a regular person, a grown-ass adult like you and me, can't overpower a doll? Now, granted, he did do sneak attacks. I'll give you that.
Yeah. My theory is that even though he was in the doll, he still had the muscle mass and body weight of his human body.
Yeah, I remember having to dub that in myself too.
Yeah. I didn't read that anywhere. I was just like, this is what came to me logically. I'm like, in an illogical movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's really funny how how you interpret certain movies when you not interpret, but how the way your mind adjusts to the film experience or your viewing experience of a movie, so that in your own head it can make sense. But then when they do one thing, it flips you and takes you out of the picture, kind of thing. And I'll give you an example. I was watching this movie last night. It was called Fergus's Funhouse or something like that. It's on Hulu right now. Don't watch it. I'm gonna save you an hour and a half right now and tell you that everyone dies except for one person who was actually in cahoots with the guy that was masterminding the whole thing. I was okay. It was meant to be a satire in a way where they were supposed to be satirizing the fact that reality shows are terrible and people who are reality stars do nothing to contribute to society. And then there was it kind of came off as, you know how the way RoboCop did it when they would do some of the advertisements or the PSAs in the movie, and there was a charm to it. They tried to do this in this movie, and I didn't like it. It was just too on the nose most of the time.
Cringeworthy, cringy.
It was a really cringy movie. And then to top it off, the one girl who was in cahoots with the guy at the end, I just went, what? Okay, whatever, fine, I'll give it to you. But then there's this point where her and him are having this moment together. And all I kept saying to myself was, don't you fucking look at this camera. Don't you look at this camera. I swear to God, don't you look at this camera. And they both turn and look into the camera, into the audience. And I went, all right, that's a thumbs down. That's a dislike. Screw you. And that pulled me right out the film. As soon as I kept going, nope, I'm gonna make something to view this in a way where it makes sense. And then they did that. I went, screw you, man. Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. I gotta be honest with you. You describing that movie just like sucked the energy out of me because of how bad of a film that sounds like.
Oh my God. And then I watched this other movie called Stalker, and I liked the concept of it, but the acting was a little not
wooden. Yeah,
it was pretty wooden. And then the ending was like, okay, I get it. You're just crazy. You're crazy and you're a sociopath. Okay. I'm gonna dislike this movie.
You're like, been there, done that.
I really try not to be very snobbish about movies especially in my age now. I remember in my young adult years, in my 20s, I was super snobbish and pretentious about movies. They had to be a certain way. They had to fit into the circles, had to fit into circles, and the spheres had to fit into spheres. Squares had to go into squares. It was very, very methodical, very pragmatic. And then at some point I just went, I want to start having fun again.
Yeah.
And then but now you have to do something to me where I'm just like, all right, this movie's ridiculous. Or my mind just, all right, this is terrible. I mean, I can enjoy a movie and think, whatever. But one of the things I always find, if you change your, like you're talking about, you change your viewpoint to kind of explain the experience that you're having with the movie, right? So it makes sense. Mm-hmm. And one of the ones that I do is when I watch the movie 16 Blocks with Bruce Willis and Mos Def.
Yeah. I love the cakes.
I love the cakes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone loves Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! But I watched that movie with the viewpoint that it's a sequel to Die Hard.
Yeah.
That's how I watch it. I'm like, it's the guy from the first movie. He's a washed up cop. He's no longer happy. And I ignore the events of Die Hard, like 4 and off. Like I'll accept Die Hard 2 and 3 as canon, but that in my head canon, 16 Blocks is the fourth movie.
Well, that kind of makes sense because like in the third one, he does become an alcoholic. And then he's got to change Hans Gruber. Then he's got to kill Hans Gruber's brother.
Right.
And and like at the end of it, you still don't believe he's like a sober, like functioning human being. You're like, no, he's going back to the bottle tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why 16 Blocks works as a diehard 4 than anything else. Even on a standalone movie, it's good. But when you watch it with if you watch it with the mindset that this is John McClane. It makes the movie so much better. I'm trying to think of other movies where I've done that. And you go, if I watch this as, I know it's a drama, but if I treat it as a comedy, it's actually a better movie. Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting. I can't take that movie any seriously as a drama. I remember when I first watched it, I thought, wow, this is a really great dramatic piece of a film. Then I watched it a few times and went, this is a kind of a silly movie. And then I just started treating it as just a purely comedic movie. It made the movie so much better. The part where he's crying or where Minnie Driver wants to help him out and wants to know more about his past and how he got the scars on his back. And then he's like, what do you want to know about this? Huh? What do you want to know this? She's like crying like, oh, I just want to help you. Help me. What do I got a sign on my back that says fucking save me? I can't.
No, you
don't. I'm so messed up for treating that as a comedy, but it works so well. It works so much better for me if I just think of it as a comedy movie.
That's something to take away tonight, people. Look at Good Will Hunting as the most hysterical film of that year.
I mean, I watched 50 First Dates as not a comedy movie, but as a drama movie where I went, you need to stop and help this poor woman. Don't get her pregnant. That's a very cruel thing to do to a person.
Yeah, imagine her getting pregnant and she still wakes up like it's the same
and she's
day
like,
over and over.
And she goes, "What the fuck?" Every day. When did this happen? It was my dad's birthday yesterday.
It's like, oh, and it's great because like in the beginning of it, you see her get morning sickness, so she thinks she's hungover like the day of her father's birthday, and she's like, "Oh my god, I was such a bad daughter." And then it leads into like, I don't know, like let's say you play that out for the first trimester, and then you get to the second trimester, and she's just like, why does nothing fit anymore? Like, what's going on here? And then the third trimester, it's like she's complete shock where she puts herself into a coma every time.
Wow. See, that would make for a really good messed up dramatic film. I think, but that is.
Did I go too far there?
You found the line. You may have tiptoes around it and twinkle toes like you Fred Flintstone over it a little bit, but
yabba dabba do.
But you yabba dabba did it, and you're fine.
Oh my god! I think we're the only two podcasters that laugh this much on their own podcast.
I know. My wife has said it to me so many times, but I am my best audience. The only person that can really make me laugh is usually me, and if she's not wrong, I can't tell that she's wrong because she's got points. I usually end up making myself laugh because I know what I find funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of funny on Halloween or October, check out We Are in the Shadows. We Are in the Shadows.
Oh, We Live in the Shadows.
Yeah,
not the movie.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie.
You need to see the movie.
See the TV show.
All right, but you need to watch the movie.
I'll watch the movie if you watch the TV show.
You know what, dog? I will.
Okay.
I'll watch the TV show.
But you gotta watch it this month.
All right, I gotta watch it this month. I'll put the Oz on the pause on the shelf with the elf. All right, because I've been really getting into Oz, and I'm almost done with it. I think I'm on season 4 right now.
Oh yeah, finish that up and go to the weird. Yeah, because by that time you could be into it by a little bit before Halloween.
All right, fair enough. Maybe I can try to sprinkle it in there somewhere, just to kind of break it up because like there's only so much male on male violence and sexual violence that you could really watch and not feel bad. I don't know how.
This
I don't know how those.
BC takeover season.
I'm on season 4, where BC is making plans to take over, and I don't know much. I'm trying to keep away from spoilers, but I already know a number of the people who. I already know who dies, and I already know all the people who die, and I know when it happens. So I'm not, but that's not minimizing or devaluing my viewing experience of that show whatsoever. It's still really good. But I got to the one part where Adebisi threw the gun into the one guy's bed who used it to kill two inmates. And that was great. That was a very, because I mean, I was kind of happy with the fact that they killed off Bricks finally. I just went, I hate that guy. I hate Bricks.
Nobody liked the guy.
Oh man. And this is one of those things where I'm like, he was such a good actor in that that show, because the fact that I hated him so much shows that he was a good actor, right? Like the kid that played Joffrey, hated Joffrey.
Oh yeah.
That's how you knew he was a good actor, because I really hated him. Right?
You know what? Yeah. Well, you know why I hated Joffrey so much?
I love Jeffrey better. Prince Jeffrey.
Prince Joffrey. Here's why I hate Joffrey so much. Not because he was a whiner. Not because, he was sniveling little snob on the throne. It's because he was fortunate enough to catch Batman at the right place at the right time and get a piece of his tech off of him.
Oh yeah, that's
why I hate Joffrey.
I know. It's fantastic. It's great. And then Malfoy gets killed off by apes in Planet of the Apes. It's just amazing.
Which apes are we talking about? Are we talking about the
Giamatti
apes?
Yeah, no, not Giamatti apes.
No.
Oh, that movie.
Oh.
Wow, that movie. I think
talk about a sci-fi burnout film.
I know. No, and seriously, because there's that one part where the humans are being chased, and there's a group of apes in the background doing bong hits. Fantastic. I just like this.
And they should grab the bong with their feet.
I think that's how they were doing it. They were holding it in a way where it was their foot that was holding it, while the other ones were like, what? But his other hands. Finger gun again, I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen Planet of the Apes by Tim Burton. But
that's a real Quentin Tarantino foot fetish scene right there, if I ever saw one.
Oh boy. But no, it was the Draco Malfoy gets killed, I think, in Uprising of the Planet of the Apes. I think is the name of that. I'm not really into the film franchise, so I can't really tell you.
Planet of the Apes. No.
It's Planet of the Apes. Uprising of the Apes. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Then it's War of the Planet of the Apes, and I haven't seen.
Yes.
And I think I saw the first one, which was okay. I thought it was pretty good, but that was about it.
We should do that one time.
We should watch. That'd be a good one to do on for the space in the Hollywood basement. You heard it here, folks. We're gonna watch the original, and then we're gonna watch the remake, and then we're gonna do a compare and contrast.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a good one. We'll call it double feature. Double feature Monday.
Double feature Monday. Yeah. Oh man. So you got any new things coming up for you in the month of Octubre?
Let's see. The month of October. What do I got coming up?
What do you got going on?
I got a family event next week where I got to go to a birthday party. And then after that, it's my birthday. And I'm like, everyone stay the fuck away from me.
Aw. All right, fine. I won't send you no positive vibes, no cake. You know what? I'm just going to do whatever the opposite of gift giving is. I'm just going to send you pictures of male genitalia. How about that?
I don't mind that. That's not a problem.
It's not going to be mine, but I'll throw a bunch in there. You can just figure it out. Which one of these are Leon's?
Would he have a bush? That's my biggest question.
It's a lot of black dudes.
One of these has to be him.
It's got to be him. Does he have a hood? I can't remember.
He's got long arms. I remember that.
But yeah. So after your birthday, what are you doing? What are you doing?
After that, well, I see. It's like I'm not that crazy about the birthday, but Halloween, I'm like jazzed about.
You're jazzed.
I'm jazzed.
All about.
I'm all jazz hands. Like I'm going to probably go see the new Halloween movie. I'm going to go like dressed up that day, not as Halloween, but like as some character that way on Halloween. I just dressed up and have fun. Going to Massachusetts. So like, having myself a fun little time. This is like the only time I really go away and like treat myself is like on my birthday. Cause like not my birthday, like Halloween, because like, A, nobody's really going anywhere. And B, if you could find like the right suburban area to go to, like that Halloween is just balls to the walls awesome.
Hell yeah. Have you ever done any of those sometimes they do the Rocky Horror Picture Show at some places where people watch it and they reenact.
It's like on my bucket list.
I need to for same here. I still need to go check out one of those. I know when you go there, they call you a virgin and you have to do something that's a little pretty risque on stage as a way to initiate yourself in a way. But that's neither here nor there. But it's something that we should do one time in our lives before we still kick the bucket.
That should be our we should definitely do that.
We should definitely.
That's a good little sci-fi film too, actually.
Oh yeah. You're right. It is a sci-fi. Yeah. It's a sci-fi musical, but it's a sci-fi film. If none. So there's a lot of elements in there that make it a sci-fi film. So if you're trying to say that it's not a sci-fi film, that it's just plain musical, you're fucking bollocks.
You went from like Scotty to like a Boston accent in there.
I know. I gotta be better at that. Sometimes I feel like accents with me. Sometimes, they phase into other ones or lead into another one. It's just I gotta stay more consistent. Ugh.
It's so good.
Is it though? Is it? It just feels like I'm just not putting my best foot forward sometimes, and it just really it hurts. Okay.
Oh my God! You got a lot of energy for this hour of the night. Bless you, my friend.
I know. But yeah, you gotta treat me. What do you gotta do? What are you gonna do? Tell me.
I was gonna say, I finally thought of something that I did. I actually started going to biking, like mountain biking, and like I gotta admit, man, like I have never realized why you see those bicyclists wear those shorts. I was like, what's up with this gear? Like, why do they all have to dress like this? Not like it's a big problem. I think about it every day, but like after getting the bike and everything, I began to ponder. And I'm like, why are they dressed like this? And I'm just dressed like I just rolled out of bed.
in your sweat shorts.
Yeah, like I got my not my boxers. I got my my gym shorts on, so to say. My basketball shorts.
The ones that you've had since grade 12. Yeah, I get it. They still fit.
Yeah. Dude, that's the best part. They still fit. So going on this trail, and I realized I don't know how to operate a mountain bike whatsoever. Like
the gears, yeah.
It's like I'm on Plain Hill and I'm riding my bike, and everybody else is lapping me. I'm like, how do I make this thing go faster?
Did you try putting the left one onto 2 and the right one to 1?
No, is that what I need to do?
Stab in the dark. Just take
I'm
just
2 to 1.
I'm just making an educated guess because I've had a mountain bike for years.
Yeah.
And I know that when you go into the lower numbers, it makes the chain go. So it's less resistance on you. So you can pedal more. So then, because when you're going uphill, you need less resistance on the pedal itself, on the chain itself, so that you can actually put, quote, your best foot forward, unquote.
Look at you, Leon. Look at you. What an all-star we got here.
Oh, man, I don't know. What time is it? I think it's time. It's genius time. What? It's double genius time with 2 pocket watches. I don't know. This is a very expensive bit for me right now, but yes.
We did not plan this whatsoever. Just so everyone knows. This is Leon with his own pocket watches. Apparently, the man has all the time in the world.
He has all the time in the world.
So fucking villainous.
No, that's how I just usually laugh.
Sound like Doc Brown's evil brother.
Morty.
It's like Dr. Orange. Dr. Orange!
Yes, that's right. You've come into my plan, and I'm going to get you. My science of my jigga. It will lift the world where tweets mean nothing.
And like the flux capacitors that are looking like a Y just be in the shape of the B for badass.
Now it's just like a middle finger.
And like you see the knuckles at first, and it builds up into the tower of the middle finger.
where upon there's a little thing where it just looks like it's exploding. They go, that's right. We're taking it to 88 miles an hour. And now for the reasons you're thinking, woo-woo!
No, you should have it at 66. You'd be like, I know how to get through time faster.
66.6 miles an hour.
Exactly.
But no, actually, just to be more to the antithesis of Doc Brown would have to be it's in kilometers, not miles. So really, I'm only
kilometers.
So really, I'm only going like 27 miles an hour. He's going 66.6 kilometers an hour.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So,
and instead of like plutonium, he needs like mercury to do the job.
I'm just breaking thermometers over it the entire time.
I need fuel.
Handful of thermometers that I just break over where I feed it feeds into the gas tube. the petrol tube, whatever.
Oh my god.
That's
Mrs.
right.
Future, love it.
You're going back to 1955. I'm going back to 1954. Beat you to the punch, Doc Brown.
What happened in 1954?
Oh, America won. That's what.
America won what?
World War II.
In 54?
Yeah. That's when they were. That's when they declare it, right? Was it not? Was it 1949? All right, then I'll go back.
I guess the Dr. Orange's timeline landed in 54.
There you go.
I thought it was 45.
Yeah, I think
44.
You're right.
44, I think it was. 44, 45.
Yeah.
I think 44 was coming to an end. 45, we're like, all right, we gotta get out.
Well, yeah, after 45, that's when the Japanese, the Imperial Japanese forces surrendered.
Yeah. And then they had to give up of ever having a military force again.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, excuse me. All right.
Excuse me.
So yeah. So is that's all? So you've been mountain biking? Just to circle back with no segue back into mountain biking. Yeah, you're right. 1945, September 2nd. There you go.
Great.
You're right. You nailed it. So you've been mountain biking.
Yeah, I've gone mountain biking, and it's not like, well, first of all, I haven't really gone extreme mountain biking, but like I definitely got hills and what have you.
You're on the gradient towards the getting to that point.
Yeah, and it's like I had obstacles all day, man. It's like the public works department was just like, you can't come through here. I'm like, why not? It's a trail. Let me trail by. And they were like,
let me do the one thing it's meant to do.
So they were like, you can't really go through here. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. So I went right through the trail. I went right through it. Like I continued forward on the trail site. All of a sudden I came up to an other area where there's like other like public works people were standing by. I'm just like, what the hell? Like I might as well like had it been in a sci-fi film where I could have turned into Swamp Thing. Like there could have been like some kind of like oozing layer of something that can mutate me to something else, or a radiation field that could have turned me into the mountain bike itself. But for some reason I just walked out of there completely normal.
Could have become Bike Man. I would have watched that movie.
Right?
Summer, Spencer Ross's Bicycle Man rolling to you in third gear.
It's a good one. I like it.
Thank you.
So I'm going up and everything, and then like I realize I can't do hills yet. Like I don't have the calves for the hills or the thighs for the hills. So like I'm that like little like dorky kid who's like kind of taking the bicycle up the mountain bike up.
You're the one guy walking the bike up the hill.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna lose so much like street cred if anybody sees me. Meanwhile, who really cares? But like in my head at the moment, I'm like, oh man, like if other people see me on this bicycle and I stop at a bike place, they're gonna be like, that's the loser. Meanwhile, I'm the only one not dressed up like the biker, so like I doubt me pulling a bike up the hill is really gonna change.
They're looking at you going, fucking noob.
Yeah. I like, the whole thing is that the pants have got pads in them. I'm like, man,
on the butt.
On the butt. Me, my butt is raw.
Oh,
I feel like a blind man was trying to have intercourse with me and just couldn't hit the mark. And every place around my asshole is completely sore.
Not from out of BC, from the mountain bike, right?
Nah, from the mountain bike seat. I was like, this is really uncomfortable.
Okay.
I wanted to quit, but it was like there was a certain checkpoint I wanted to get to.
You were, at this, you had to decide you were already in for a penny, right?
Yeah, so yeah, why not?
Why not? I'm already this far into it. I ain't going back.
And the more that I sweat, the less I weigh. So for the less pounds I'm putting on my ass.
Anything less than that checkpoint was failure.
Resistance is futile.
Well, hey man, now you know about the resistance. Yeah, the lower gears is less resistance on the chain. So now maybe
I couldn't get into one position. I couldn't stay in one position for 5 minutes because like, is this right? Is this right? I don't know.
Maybe you should look up someone's like how to or someone's guide on mountain biking. Just why not? It's there.
It's a good point. I don't know. You know what it was? I was like, this is a machine. We're going to learn to know each other.
Man
and I'm going to figure this out.
Therefore, you can conquer it too.
Exactly. But in the first try, I was like, oh, I really don't know how to conquer it. Like, I'm playing. I'm like, it's like the first time when you're a kid and like you have like not a kid, but the first time you actually are with somebody and you're trying to learn their anatomy. It's like I'm learning the anatomy of the mountain bike, and it's just like she's like she's completely turned off towards me. Yeah, it's like, why are you pressing my buttons to piss me off? And I'm like, I thought I was doing the right thing. This is what I've seen like in movies. Meanwhile, I'm passing by people. I'm like, what gear are you in?
Did they snub you? Did they just
I got it.
You got total snub? Wow, what pretentious pricks. But the fact of the matter is that it's not like riding a bike.
No.
You do forget, especially when it's a brand new bike. It's not like riding a bike at all.
My equilibrium was so off for the first half an hour. I mean, a cop could have pulled me over because he thought I was drunk. Like, I wouldn't have been, like, shocked by that. Be like, have you been drinking? No, I just have bad equilibrium, sir.
Just my choreograph, my vestibular fluid is just left and right now, officer. I'm sorry. I can't help it. All right?
But I got my little reflector and helmet on, so, like, no broken taillight. I got my seatbelt on. Can I continue forward?
Right. Totally. So you're gonna keep at it for the rest. You're gonna keep at it for the rest of this month. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to do it every Saturday.
Do it. I love it.
I went at it like 10 o'clock and I didn't show back up till 4. I mean till 2. So I was gone for 4 hours and I was just like, this is awesome.
Well, there you go, buddy. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. There's on the trail. There's actually a bar that I've been dying to check out because this bar is only meant for bikers.
Like bikers or cyclists?
Like cyclists.
Okay.
Yeah, cyclists.
I was about to say there. I don't know if you want to mix the two in there.
But it seems like it is for bikers because they got like the area where you can just pull up with your cycle and like lock it up. And then after that, you go up these stairs, and they're like, "Hey, hat partner, what can we do for you today?"
Margaritas.
Yeah. Can I get a margarita and 3 tacos?
That sounds pretty damn good. Especially if it's got cardamom on it. You got some cardamom on that taco with some hot sauce.
I want like a mango jalapeno and foo sauce.
Oh my God.
I want to sweat my head off while I'm bicycling.
That sounds like a really good time. I'm there. Call me the next time you do this. I'm gonna join you, buddy.
Tell me next time you're in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
I can't go to PA. I owe a lot of people money.
You could go to PA because you know what? I'll just take you to AC afterwards.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. That's totally. Yeah. I never felt safer. I'm glad
Atlantic City's an interesting place.
Is it now? I've only known from the depictions of television and movies.
It's you think it's going to be this big celebratory thing with people gambling and having time of their lives, and it's not like that whatsoever. You just see a lot of people eating, and a lot of people's like jerking off a jackpot machine, and depression. A lot of depression.
That sounds like a good time.
And
let me know when you're going. Give me the Facebook invite, man. I'll go every day, man. You just hit me up and I'll say the invite, bro. +1. All right. That's how we're gonna do it today, dude. Love it.
Right.
Oh God. Well, you got an interesting month of October going on, so good for you. My wedding anniversary is coming up.
Oh baby, how many years? 4, 5, 7?
First year.
First year.
1 year.
Oh baby. So what are you two going to do?
We're going to Charleston, South Carolina. That's for a whole week. I think we're good.
What's there? Haunted house?
I don't know.
What kind of food?
I don't know. South Carolina food? Whatever that is.
She booked the flight?
No, we're driving.
I'm driving.
I'm the one that's putting the pedal all the way down there, baby.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
So why there?
The wife wants to go to different places every year before we have children. So she wants to do as much traveling as possible with me before we finally settle down and have our own set of crotch fruit.
Where? Crotch fruit.
That is the scientific term.
Is that right? It's blowing my mind with sci-fi today. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just traveling. That's what we're doing.
So where's the furthest you've traveled together? Driving.
That would be Savannah, Georgia. That's where we went for our honeymoon. It was nice. It was beautiful. It was very historic. I liked it a lot. Definitely enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun there. Got really introduced to mead while I was there, and I've been a mead guy ever since.
How do you feel about the open liquor laws they have out there?
They have open liquor laws? Huh. Did not know that.
In Savannah?
I had no idea. At all. I mean, I don't know what.
Does Florida have open liquor laws?
Not on the beach.
No,
and you can't. No open liquor laws. Not, especially in Tampa Bay. You can only go. You can be. I think the furthest you can go is just at the front of a place with the drink. But even then, they're just going go back inside.
Really? Okay. So basically, I think where was that? I think it was Savannah or Charleston. I can't remember. But the whole thing is like you could just drink outdoors and it's like whatever. And I'm just like at one point I got into an elevator and these like 4 women with all Southern accents roll up in these like torpedo like tube like frozen beverages things where I'm just like I don't know what that is, but I just know it's a hangover waiting to happen.
I think if knowing women and knowing for a group of 4 women that are getting toasted, it's probably a Long Island.
But like in slushy form?
Oh, in slushy form? Oh man, that can been a number of things then. Well, that I recant my statement, sir. I recant it.
Recant it. Fine. Recanted, marked for the record.
That is right. Strike it from the record, stenographer.
Meanwhile, we got a little ant doing all the stenography work.
What was that?
Meanwhile, we got like a little ant doing the stenography work. It's got like 6 arms, so it's just like bam, bam, bam. Ain't missing a word here.
Yeah. You want to hear something funny? I know we're going off topic. Going to Charleston, South Carolina. That's where I'm going for my honeymoon. But last night I had the strangest occurrence I think that's ever happened to me in a very long time. I was sleeping on the couch.
Oh.
I fell asleep to watching Friends. I've been watching Friends for the first time in my life, which is it's a good show. It's funny. And I crash out on the couch, and then I wake up just completely startled, and I look into the kitchen, and I see this very large, about yay big spider crawling up on its web and just moving further and further away. And it was a big spider. All right. It was huge. Like I said, probably like the size of like my hand, right? If I fold it this way, it's about that big, which that's intimidating. Small body, as spiders do, sort of like that shape in a way, but still pretty intimidating when you see one like that. And I was legit just startled by this spider, but my wife didn't see it, but I saw it. I realized that I was hallucinating. I got so deep.
The problem was?
I was hallucinating. I was deep in sleep, and I woke up from I must have woke up from a nightmare, but I was still seeing things as soon as I woke up, because I'm still in my mind, I'm still in a REM cycle. So my whatever chemicals are being released that causes one to go into a dreamlike state is still happening. So I was seeing a spider that was in the kitchen area from the living room, and I went, I cannot deal with this spider. I'm going to bed. My wife freaked out. She said she didn't sleep very well last night after that whole thing. I felt really bad about that. But
but you didn't know any better at the time.
I cannot think of a time that's ever happened to me, but that was very surreal for me, was to wake up, because I could have sworn there was a spider just webbing itself back up into the ceiling.
Are you for where you live? Is that a thing?
I've seen spiders in our house, but they don't get bigger than about that much.
Okay.
They're not. They get big, but they're. I can cup them, and then just take them outside. That's usually what I end up doing. Just I just cup them, take them outside.
It sounds like you're almost in a Jeff Daniels scenario where you're like in arachnophobia, where the species of the spider wasn't really where it was from, and it was kind of infesting your house. But I'm glad it's not.
Damn, me too.
I'm glad that this was all a REM dream.
That was. You went from one terrible horror movie to another terrible horror movie. Phobia. Movie was bad. It was a bad movie. But it's a classic, but not for the right reasons. Not for the reasons you would think it's a classic, but it's a classic nonetheless.
It's a classic just because John Goodman's the exterminator.
Right?
Yeah. That is the best part of that whole movie to me. After anything before and after that, it's like, that's
the part I always remember, is the part with John Goodman. Every time I think about that movie, I just think of John Goodman stepping on the spider and going, ew.
Yeah, man, you got a class 4 spider scenario here. Good thing you called me.
God. Oh man. Well, something I've been doing.
What have you been doing?
I've been practicing voiceover work just on my own.
That's because because people have been encouraging you to do voiceover work,
right? And now I'm kind of just pulling the trigger and just going somewhere, right? I'm just deciding now I made the decision now to just start And I've been reading this one guy's website. He's a very successful voice actor. He has his whole website. It's literally called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. If you don't know this guy, his name is D. Bradley Baker. If you're not familiar with the name, I can definitely tell you works that he's done that you may be familiar with. He did the voice of the clones, all the clones in Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh wow. Okay. What else?
He did the voice of Momo and Appa on the Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm trying to think. Ooh. Yeah, he does a lot of animal work. Like he does very bestial. That's another thing that he gets paid because he's really good at doing like low guttural sounds and grunts and chirping. So he gets hired.
Has he done Beast Wars?
I don't know if he's done Beast Wars, but I mean bestial as in like animal sounds. Like he does a lot. Yeah, he'll end up doing some sort of animal in a show somewhere, and he'll go in there, collect his 1,500, whatever he gets paid, and bounces out after going, and it just bounces out. Although that sounded like Donnie from Wild Thornberries, which was voiced by Flea. Anyways, so I've been following his website, listening to his tips, what he says to do as homework. So I've been doing that. And then I decided that I really want to get more into getting a setup going. So yeah, I got a mounted right here. I have a cork board with foam panels. And then I have this as well that my brother got me a couple of years ago. That is also foam. It's just like an all foam panel. So it's meant to, so I can put the microphone in here and get that nice, closed condensed sound in there. And then I have another thing, a panel that I made out of cardboard with more foam panels to put actually over my head. Right now it's not on here because if I did, you wouldn't see me. But I have it, I'll put it over my head going from one thing to another to kind of really encase me. So the sound is very much condensed and isolated to one area. So I've just been doing stuff like that to kind of create my own studio. And then I decided to look into, what would be really good? I thought to myself, I said, I should probably look up public domain books and just read them on YouTube. And I went, all right, let me do that. So I started looking up audio.
So what's your first one?
Right. I don't have anything picked up, but I looked up audio books that were public domain already. That people that are reading public domain, because people are, I'm sure, as I already knew people were already doing it. So I decided, because I want to hear how other people do it, because that's always a good thing. You want to research, right? You want to know who's a really good guitarist. You go out, you listen to some Stevie Ray Vaughan, you listen to Hendrix, right? You want to know how other people do it, so you listen to them, or you listen to not Lars Ulrich, he's a drummer, but you listen to James Hetfield, you hear how he does, rhythm guitar, right? And I was doing that. I was just listening to some, and then I found out of this organization where they read audiobooks, and they actually look for volunteers. So I went to that, and I gave them a 30-second audition of what they call a test to submit myself to be part of the group. So then I can find books that I can, volunteer to read for them. So I'm now throwing my hat in there to kind of just start really getting some more applicable, practical practice. That's a mouthful. More applicable practice in doing voiceover work, because you gotta take it with a professional, like with a professional mindset. And I think this is a good way for me to kind of just really get in there, get my feet wet kind of thing. So I already heard back from them. They said I had to fix up some things in my recording. So I already did that and I resubmitted. So hopefully by tomorrow they give me the all green. Hey, find a book and go read it. But I can always just do it on my own if I wanted to.
That's awesome, man.
What do you think? What do you think? I was thinking about reading Conan the Barbarian.
That's a good one to read. You can definitely read that.
I learned how public domain works. Really, it's 70 years after the person's died.
Yeah.
So technically you can actually play Jimi Hendrix's stuff right now on YouTube.
Yes.
And get paid the ad revenue and not have to give any royalties to anybody.
Well, I just think there's so many remasters.
Yeah. There's a certain point where a song just becomes overused because it went into public domain. So Walt Disney's not going to go public domain until 15 years from now.
Good.
So there you go. So I was just looking into public domain for a little while. So 70 years after people die, after they die. So you can read H.G. Wells. Edgar Allan Poe. Allan. Where did I get Southern? Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe. And I'm trying to think who else. Mary Shelley, of course. You can read Cohen. Could you read?
Socrates,
Yeah, for sure. Could you read Sir
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah, when did he die?
He died, I think, in the 40s.
Okay, so 1951 is the earliest you can go. So if he died in the 40s, then yes, I can go and pick up his book and just read it on YouTube and collect the ad revenue if I wanted to.
That's incredible. Dude, I can't wait. Let us know when you do that.
What do you want? But for now, I can always just pick up a book at random and just read it. I was thinking Conan the Barbarian. What do you?
I like it. I like it a lot. I never read Conan the Barbarian, but I heard the cartoon. I heard the comic book. Was it a comic book?
No, it was a written word first before it was a comic book.
Got it. All right. Yeah. My bad.
No,
but the movie is based off the cartoon, off the comic book, and the comic book's based off the book.
I don't know how it works. I think when they first did Conan the Barbarian, I think they did it based off of like 2 different books or 3 different books to make up the movie. It was one of those things.
Got it.
I think that's how it worked, but I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Let's I'm gonna duck that go. You put in some fill in the air while I do this.
All right. Well, you're looking that up. I realized that like I need to find some kind of social environment where I live, and so I'm trying to figure out the best way to like find fellow film critique people. And I was wondering, Leon, since you found this public domain thing, do you have any advice on to try to find like more critics in your circle?
One thing you can always do is you can find other amateur. I wouldn't say amateur. I think you and I can kind of come from a point where we're professionals, because we do take this with a mindset of being serious and delivering proper recasts. I can't call myself an amateur as much as someone says you're an amateur because you only have a YouTube show. No, I like to think of myself as a professional. I'm going to go with that. So you, but I would look at into other quote unquote amateur critics that are out there. I can't tell you if they are in your area, but you could probably find them on YouTube and see if you can start chatting them up. I mean,
YouTube, really, that's a good place to start.
I mean, I would. I got connected to Bree because I followed her on Instagram, and then I just randomly started messaging her one day, and we just been we still chat even to this day. We just like kind of one off little messages to each other.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, we got to bring her back. We got to bring her back on the show.
Absolutely. Kind of reminds me of that Police song, "Message in a Bottle."
Would that by the Police?
By the Police, yeah.
I'm sending an SOS to the world.
I love Sting. Do you remember in the 90s? Do you remember the late 90s when it came off that song "Desert Rose"?
No, I don't actually. Go paint me a picture.
So, all right. So this one particular year, Jag cars started selling through the roof.
Really?
The reason why is because there was a music video of Sting, and the song was called "Desert Rose," and you see him sitting in a Jag, the back seat of a Jag the whole time, and he's just like laid back with like a satin shirt on and like pants, and he's just like, "I dream of rain again," and I'm just like, what the hell is this song? Like, it's known to be like one of the worst songs on earth. Like, you know how like
November Rain,
Tiffany's, November Rain, yeah, or November Rain, or Breakfast at Tiffany's, is like known for that too. It's like Sting was like known for writing one of the worst songs, and it's got this like code, like it features somebody else who's like Arabic, so like you hear like the Arabic part of it, which like, I don't mind, but it's completely fucking random. That's the problem. You're like, that sounds really good. I like what he's saying in Arabic, but like, I don't think it fucking works with this song. Why is Sting dreaming of a desert rain?
Why is
this an oxymoron?
I know why the desert misses the rain, but that's about it.
Why is the desert miss the rain? Oh, when the desert missed the yeah.
Like the desert missed the rain, and I missed you. Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome back.
I can't find anything on the Wikipedia that I'm just like I think they just wrote an original script just using as many characters as possible. I don't think it's anything based off of one particular story. And I mean Robert E. Howard wrote a number of Conan stories featuring the character that were just, some of they were connected, and then they were just like one shots. So there really wasn't like a more of a coherent storyline.
That's insane.
There you go. So they probably just did it based off the works and just went, all right, would be like and essentially it's just fan fiction. That's all I can say. That's all I can say for now. All right, man, we're hitting that 3-minute mark there, baby. You want to plug?
We could plug something. I was thinking about, but all right, I can plug something really quick. How do you feel about playing the Kevin Bacon game real quick?
You play the Kevin Bacon game. Let's do it. All right. All right. Put 3 minutes on the clock.
6 degrees to Kevin Bacon. All right. 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon. Let's start. Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones was in a movie with Will Smith that was Men in Black. Will Smith was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which had the guy that played Carlton. I'm spaced on his name. Not Carlos, but he was in Tremors with Kevin Bacon.
Wait, which French Prince of Bel-Air was in
the guy that played Carlton? He was in Tremors.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. I did it in 2. Beat that?
No, dude, I think you're dead wrong. The guy who played Carlton.
No, I'm not. You, my friend, are the.
I am gonna look. I can't. Like, first of all, I have to admit, I haven't seen Tremors.
You are a left butt cheek because you are wrong, my friend. I'm telling you right now.
I'm looking this up. Tremors, 1990 Tremors, right?
Yeah, or was it 89?
No, there's only one. It's 1990. And I'm not seeing any Carlton in this thing. I see Reba McEntire, Fred Ward, Kevin Bacon, Victor Wong.
There he is. That's him. That's Carlton. That's Carlton. That's his. Yeah.
That's not Carlton. You son of a gun.
All right, fine. If you think this is so easy, then you go. Giovanni Ribisi, go.
Giovanni Ribisi was in My Best Friend's Wedding with Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts was in Flatliners with Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland was in.
Oh, you got it.
Wait, hold up. Kiefer Sutherland was in Stand By Me.
Boom.
With Kevin Bacon was in Stand By.
No, he wasn't, but Will Wheaton was.
Will Wheaton was.
And so was River Phoenix. Jerry O'Connor.
Yeah. Jerry O'Connor and Richard Dreyfuss. Okay, wait. All right, so Kiefer Sutherland was in Phone Booth with Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell was in Alexander with Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer was in Batman Forever with Tommy Lee Jones. Holy shit.
We've circled back.
Oh shit. All right, so we both failed that one.
That was fun, but just so you know, there is a Kevin Baconator on Google that does exist.
Can I get that at Wendy's?
Oh yeah, you know it. So let's see. It's called the Bacon Number. Yeah. And then you do a celebrity. So you said Tommy Lee Jones first, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
His Bacon number is. Let's see. Oh, why didn't that not work? Usually that does work.
It's like Tommy Lee Jones is the complete zero.
Yeah, there's a Bacon. Yeah. Oh, here's I found a Reddit. It led me to a Reddit that has a website that you can go to find people's bacon number. So here we go. It's called the oracleofbacon.org.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Found it. All right. So we're going to type in Tommy. No, it's not how you spell Tommy. Tommy. No, it's not how you spell Tommy. Tommy. I'm just going to have to manually type it in at this point. Type
Tommy.
I know, right? You would think it would be easy. All right.
Is it auto filling it out for you?
All right, here we go. Tommy Lee Jones was in JFK with Kevin Bacon. He did it.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
There you go. And then we'll do Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi was in.
All right, find me my link. 2, Giovanni Ribisi was in That Thing You Do with Charlize Theron, who was in Trapped with Kevin Bacon. So that's 2.
That's good. That's good.
There you go.
Up on Kevin
oraclebacon.org, people. There you go. You can find your bacon numbers.
Baconator.
That's the plug for tonight. Go ahead.
Go check out the Baconator. All right, Leon. It's been a pleasure as always.
Mm-hmm.
Audiences, don't forget to check us out tomorrow night where we talk about space, me in the Hollywood basement. Because you're in for a fun sci-fi horror month. We're not going to tell you every film we're doing, but we'll give you a little sneak peek of what we're doing tomorrow. It's an inspiration of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes, which has a number of Lord of the Rings characters in it.
Oh, it's got a number of characters. Period.
Yeah. It's an ensemble cast, this movie. We'll talk about it on the Mondays. We'll record it on the Mondays, and it gets released on the Wednesdays.
On the Wednesdays, because we got to make that update.
Miércoles. Oh, yeah, we have to. But it's on. We're going to record it on Monday, and it's going to be out on Wednesday for y'all to watch. So watch Space. It's made in a Hollywood basement with Captain Spencer. Lieutenant Commander Leon. And then, you can always talk about movies with the Spencer, hit him up on Letterboxd. All right.
Woo-hoo!
Talk about
Rufio 86.
Rufio 86.
If you put a comment up, let's come on. Let's talk about something. Maybe you could be a guest on our sci-fi podcast.
I would love for you to be a guest on our sci-fi podcast. So we're looking at you, Adam. We're looking at you. Get on the show, but
do something, buddy. All right.
Whoa.
We need you.
I should have put on my 3D glasses.
Oh, what a bad trope from the 80s.
For real. All right. And then, of course, you guys can check me out. You can follow me on the Twitters, Alternative Zen, on Instagram, alternative_Zen. Then you can catch me on my blog, which is stillfoxes.home.blog. Guys, this was If They Won't Listen. Spencer, play us out.
Everybody, look, hear, and watch out for Leon's Conan the Barbarian. Peace out, everybody.
Good night, everybody. And then we stop. Thank you guys for listening.